Hello everyone, welcome to iRacing. Finally getting back to it after quite a while actually. Hello Klesko, thanks for tuning in. I think it's been like, what was it, something like May I last drove iRacing. So yeah, and I haven't, to be honest, I haven't got much practice with this car yet. I'm sort of jumping in, so we'll see how we go. I think in just a second, here we go, I can join the actual race. And we'll have a... I probably won't have enough time to do any practice, but we will then have a couple of laps of qualifying. And I think it's like a 40-minute race. And hopefully I will have enough fuel for it, because I haven't calculated anything. I'm driving the BMW M4 at Road Atlanta, because in 2 weeks, hopefully we'll be doing the Petit Le Mans race, the 10 hours of Road Atlanta in iRacing, probably in this car. So this is like a bit of a practice run. So I say I'm jumping in, but this really is the practice, just doing these races. Because it's nice to actually race the thing before doing a big race in it. Because practicing on your own is certainly a lot different to practicing or racing with other people on the track. And that race should be hopefully with an all VTuber team, which should be pretty cool. Not sure that's ever been done before. So that should be pretty exciting. It'll be myself, Char and Kay, who, if you were watching the VTRS races, yeah, they're the people that keep me on my toes in those races, that's for sure. So hopefully we'll have a pretty quick lineup. Right, what have we got? Practice. How long left? Can we go out quickly on 1 minute?